Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about Byzantine Fault Tolerance. It's a very important characteristic in blockchain and mathematics. Before we get into the video, I just want to say that 18.3% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So smash that red subscribe button if you haven't already. It's literally free. Even Officer Doge can't figure out why you haven't subscribed. There's a story that there was once a castle that the Byzantine Empire wanted to attack, and they sent 4 generals to do so, 4 Byzantine soldiers to conquer the castle. Now these soldiers can only succeed if they work as a team, if they're always in agreement or consensus. It doesn't matter if they attack or retreat, they just have to do it in agreement, or else there will be casualties and prisoners. So, if majority of them are in agreement, they can win. Let's say 3 of them agree to attack, then they'll win. If 3 of them want to retreat, they'll escape safely. But if they don't have consensus, they'll be destroyed by the castle defenders. So superficially, that's how this problem works. Now, among these generals, one is the commander. And one of these is also a traitor. But we don't know who though. There might not even be a traitor, but we'll assume there is. Now this traitor wants to sabotage the efforts of the Byzantine army. He wants to put obstacles in their way, break their consensus, create chaos among the generals, so that they don't succeed. So this is where the algorithm comes into play. To gain a consensus despite the possibility of a traitor among the ranks. You can call it a protocol or an algorithm for now. So these generals can communicate with each other orally. Okay, so let's say this guy here is a traitor. Now even the commander could be a traitor, but we don't want to take that case for now. We'll look at that in a bit. So you don't know who to trust out of these 3 generals. Now the algorithm, which is a pre-agreed plan of action, will help them reach an agreement. So this algorithm calculates the majority and bases their decisions on that factor. Let's have a look. So let's say the commander issues an order. Now based on the algorithm, generals have agreed in advance that to prevent being sabotaged, they're going to relay the information that they've received from the commander. And then they'll do whatever the majority of the generals say that they heard. So the traitor will relay that the general told him to retreat, because he's a traitor, right? And this good guy will relay that the general told him to attack, which is true. And this other good guy will also relay that the general told him to attack, which is true. Now, can they come to a consensus? Let's look at the majority. So the commander is the one who gave the order and he's made up his mind, so he'll definitely attack. And this good guy got 1 red arrow and 2 green arrows, which means 2 attack orders and 1 retreat order. So he'll attack as well. And the same can be said about the other good guy, 1 red arrow and 2 green arrows, which means he'll attack too. Now that makes 3 out of 4. We don't care what this traitor said, because we already have consensus, right? 3 out of 4 is majority. Basically, since these guys are in consensus, they'll win. Now, let's look at this case, which is quite interesting. Let's say the commander is the traitor. What happens then? If the commander tells everyone to attack, then everyone would. There would automatically be consensus in the army. Same thing if he tells them to retreat, there would automatically be consensus, right? Because everyone's going to retreat. So the only way you can cause chaos or break consensus is by telling 2 of them to attack and 2 of them to retreat. To actually, confuse them. So let's see how that works out for the army. Now as you can see, the first good guy has got 2 out of the 3 green arrows, which means he's in consensus with the commander because he's attacking. The other good guy is also the same because he's got 2 green arrows and 1 red arrow. The last guy is also the same, 2 green arrows and 1 red. So as you can see, this algorithm can even accommodate the commander being the traitor. Now if an algorithm possesses this property of being able to convey a decision based on majority of the information, then that algorithm is Byzantine Fault Tolerance. But what if there's 2 traitors? Will you still succeed? Well, of course not. There's no way that the algorithm can work successfully if half the generals are traitors. So for this algorithm to work, you can have no more than 33% of traitors in your army. Let's say you have 100 generals and 34 are traitors. You won't win because that's 34%. Okay, but how does this translate to blockchain? Now in blockchain, let's say you have Bitcoin. We might have someone trying to hack the system to steal money or Bitcoin. And we need to come up with a consensus protocol to make sure that the system is tolerant. And this kind of system of Byzantine fault tolerance is used in airplanes too, because you have all these measurements and signals coming through, and you need to agree on something to coordinate the air traffic. Now you can't have one or two airplanes just fail and crash. The airplane has to have tolerant characteristics to keep going, even if some part fails and they can't coordinate. So, this algorithm is heavily used in decentralized systems in order to prevent failure or sabotage, be it cryptocurrency, rockets, nuclear bombs, or anything for that matter. Anything decentralized basically. So yeah, it's a pretty important characteristic in blockchains. Thank you for watching.